Okay, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Nice to see you again in this session. So I would like to start our session for today. Today we will discuss the topics of information system audit and controls, and we will discuss about the documentation steps. Yeah. Before we start, I would like to rewind that in the previous session, we has discussed a lot about uh, the substantive and compliant tests and what we want to uh, observe and explore in there, and then how we assess in every audit step and objective, and also the process, of course. And then the most important thing after we do all the things is actually about the documentation. Because documentation will be the very important part to establishing the appropriate evidence for auditors to get in with the data and information, and can be strong evidence for us to present to management or board of director, or maybe in the very specific case, maybe in the court, and so on. So it is very important. So for auditor, we need to know about we need to know well about what type of documentation that we need to know in the information system auditors. Uh, so our objective for today is to know about what are the documentation that we need to handle, and then what the content. So it's not only just documentation like we type something for reporting, but the most important thing is also we need to follow the guidance or the standard of documentation. So in every documentation, we will have some kind of table of content that's standard for the work. So of course we need to comply with that, and then we need to follow the guidance. Yeah. So I would like to share with you about this documentation standard. Yeah. So actually, when we discuss about documentation, we have we have a several point of view that we need to understand about the documentation itself. Yeah, we need the slideshow. So in the documentation, actually, we need to know about the hierarchy of documentation. So commonly in the information system project or information system management, the documentation will be consist of several part of the point of documentation or report. Yeah. So we can define in the three type of documentation, which is defined by the volume of the project or the volume of information system, information system implementation in organization. We call a small project because it's necessary like implement the information system in the very restricted scope or very limited scope. Yeah. And then in the medium, it's just like for not very large, but yeah, it's very significant for organization. And the last is of course the big project or super project that will be more complicated and more deep in the issue on implementation of information system. So we need to know about it. And sometimes we divide this type of documentation based on the volume of the investment in the information system, yeah, for organization. For example, like maybe like a company organization spend amount of money. So we can say that we can benchmark with the annual budget of them, and then we can say that okay, that's small project, medium project, or super project. Or maybe we can say that the definition of small, medium, and super project based on the board of director itself or of organization itself. Maybe they have some their own assumption about the scope of the project. Yeah, but whatever what we want to use for define this is small project, medium, or super project, it doesn't matter. but our concern is about the content, the point, the important point of each of the project. So in the small project, we will need to check about the project brief. Yeah. So it's like executive summary, or maybe in your thesis like abstract, something like that. Yeah. So this is the project brief, and then we need to check the issue list. This is like the list of the coverage, yeah, coverage of the of the project, and then project schedule. So we need to collect the project management document like project schedule. So it's very important you to study and very have deep knowledge in the project management process. Yeah. And then you need to have a project plan. Yeah, it's also in the project management and also the deployment plan. So this is like how we implement or execute the information system in the more daily basis operations. Yeah. So in the medium project, we have add some document to complete the small project. Yeah, this is in the previous is same with the small project, but we add technical specification and also quality assurance or test plan. Yeah. So this is different between the medium project. So we can see in here that we can know well that in the medium project we can go further to the QA, quality assurance and technical specification. We need to care about this 2 points. And in the super project, we add something else like change log and communication documentation. So this is like a very wide range of documentation that we need to, to get attention to see the documentation is clear enough, and we need to gather all information in there. Yeah. But for your information, sometimes the documentation is not only just like these pictures. Yeah, it's just like not only just like I want to say like point by point, but we need to see that the project is sometimes is like uh, can be for some specific purposes. Yeah. For example, sometimes we need to have take a look at documentation is like for document that defining the project scope or information system implementation scope. Yeah, and then also for planning, for example, for organization or management, for controlling or finishing, and also for leading. So this is very different. So in the information system audit, we have some, some checkpoint in every document that we need to take a look, the structure of the document. For example, for project implementation documentation, so we need to have this point of view or a point of check. Yeah. First, for introduction, we need to have a problem description that we need to take a look in the documentation. So in the auditor, you will be like me, a lecturer that always check your manuscript to submit in the proposal test, or maybe like a proposal presentation, or maybe in the final year's project presentation, and so on. So something like that, yeah. And then we need to define the description of the scope of the problems, yeah. What the goals, how the organization and system that we run in there, how about the solution that you want to develop in your information system, and etc. And then in your proposal, you need to find what the function that you want to build in your solution. So it's kind of like a features, but we call in the proposal is function. The function that you develop in the information system development will be in the features. Yeah. And then what your general strategy to build that solution. Yeah, maybe you will build by your own team, or maybe you will go to the third party, or maybe you will buy some of the solution that exist in the market, for example. And then you need to define what are the user place that in the solution. The user will be the user, or the user will be the facilitator or something else. And then you need to clear out about advantage and disadvantage of your solution, especially when you propose a new solution to solve some problem in that time. Yeah. And then you need to also check about the constraint, yeah, the constraint or the constraint about your document, your solution. So for example, what your customer priority to when you address some issue. Do you have any user profiling for that? And then what the demography of your product, for example, your solution. Yeah, so you need, for example, yeah, I will use, like for example, AI based solution. So you need to define what kind of user that will use your AI solution based on the demography. Not only just age, yeah, but also sometimes the demography of the location and also the interest and also etc. And then you need to see about the pre-assumption when you have some obstacle in the future. For example, if I want to run solution in big data, so we have a problem in the computing power, for example, you need to state that one. This is very important because sometimes we will face some issue that not clear enough in front of us, but it's very important for us to declare in the first point. If we can do that one, it will be very easy for us to clear out about the issue in the future. And then what the pre-assumption for the performance. So there will be some assumption that will be involving in the performance, the good performance of your system or your solution. And then do you have any option for your solution? This is feasible. And then also, what about the user? It can be easy to accept the system or not, something like that. And then the number 4 is what the estimation about the schedules, for example. When you develop your solution, we need to see this is appropriate with the time that you need to develop or not. And then you need to have what your composition of your team organization, your budget, of course, and then but you doesn't need to take a look at budget in the like accounting way or a financial way, but it's just like we need to compare. This is, for example, if you have a huge budget, it is compatible with the value that you want to gather in the product or not, something like that. And then you need to take a look about the analysis of cost and benefit too, and the analysis of risk, and then what kind of document that bring by your user or customer, and then this is helpful for you to develop your solution or not. And then what type of the supporting software that maybe you will need to establishing your solution. And of course, you need to have a facility and then hardware that we need to implement for your solution. And you need to take a look also about the procedures. Yeah, it is very important. The procedure is about the business model, a process model, about how the process will be implemented in the development of your solution or a system. How about the methodology? So you need to check about the methodologies. This is if they said using the software development lifecycle, you need to check a look at step-by-step process is complying with the software development lifecycle or not. And then you need to standardization and then also the quality assurance about the process. If we need to take a look what the parameter that the developer set for ensure that when we bring this solution, it will be give us assurance that the performance will be reached out in the end. And then about the product control, is there any product control that implement in the features? And then how about the test the product, the solution is used before we implement is also have some test step, for example. And then what type of criteria for the acceptance, yeah? When users say, okay, I think the solution is appropriate and we can run for our environment, for example, yeah. And then of course we need to add some reference for it. So that is the first documentation that's very, very important. So you can see in here we discuss about the plan. So in the plan itself, we very aware with the detailed supporting document that we need to fulfill to comply with the audit criteria. So in here, I want to say that in audit we very clear, very and very detailed on the work on the field, and then we try to gather all the information as good as we can, and then we work on detail. So it's also very important for you. For example, if you in the future you become like project manager or information technology manager or maybe director or something else, it's very important to you get attention if you want to organization comply with some of the some audit uh, process. So you need to take a look about it, and then you need to prepare your team, your company or organization to prepare a good high quality planning. So you can see it here a lot of point of view that we need to comply with it. Yeah. So this is the first type of documentation that you need to check when you do some auditing process. Yeah. Okay. If you have